Hello friends, this is Paijanata Khade and you are watching the Macas YouTube channel. Today we are discuss about basic interview question on CCNA Network Fundamental Part 3. So let's start the video. Question number 1. You have the Adaptive Security Appliance and two separate internet connection via different providers. How could you apply the same policies to both connection? And option is A. Both place connection into the same zone. Option B. Place each connection into IPS zone. Option C. Apply the same ACL to both of the interfaces. And D. Each connection must be managed separately. And correct answer is option A. Place both connection in the same zone. ASA allow for zones to be created and the connections applied to the zones. This methodology allows for security rules to be applied uniformly to the outside zone. Question number 2. Why should servers be placed in the DMZ? And option are option A, so that internet client can access them. B, to allow access to the internet and the internal network. C, to allow the server to access the internet. And D, to restrict the server to the internet. And correct answer is option B, to allow access to the internet and internal network. Servers should be placed in the DMZ so they are access both the inside zone and outside zone. This will allow a server such as a web server to allow client access from the web. Rules could be applied so that the server could allow access to data from within the internal network. Question number 3. Which type of device will detect but not prevent unauthorized access? Options are option A, Firewall, B, IPS, C, IDS, and D, honeypots. And correct answer is option C, IDS. An IDS or intrusions detection system will detect unauthorized access. However, it will not prevent unauthorized access. It is a form of audit control in the network. Question number 4. When a firewall matches the URI, it is operating at which layer? Option A, 7. Option B, layer 5. Option C, layer 4. Option D, layer 3. And correct answer is option A, layer 7. When a firewall matches a uniform resource identifier, means URI such as a URL, it is operating at layer 7. This is known as web application firewall of WAF. Question number 5. In which zone should an email server be located? Option A, inside zone. Option B, outside zone. C, DNS zone. Or D, DMZ zone. And correct answer is option 4, D, DMZ. Since the email server needs access to the internet to send and receive mail, it should be placed in the demilitarized zone. This will also allow access to internal clients in the inside zone. Question number 6. Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure are example of what? Option A, public cloud providers. B, private cloud providers. C, hybrid cloud providers. And D, dynamic cloud providers. And correct answer is option A, public cloud providers. AWS and Microsoft Azure are examples of public cloud providers. Private clouds are internally created and hybrid clouds are a combination of services between your private cloud and the public cloud. Question number 7. You are looking to create a fault-tolerant colocation site for your servers at cloud provider. Which you be searching for? Option A, PAAS, B, IAAS, C, SAAS, or D, BAAS. And correct answer is option B, IAAS. If you are looking to create a fault-tolerant colocation site as a cloud provider, you would be searching for an infrastructure as a service provider. This would allow you to install your own operation system and applications. Question number 8. Which allow for the distribution of compute resource such as CPU and RAM to be distributed over several operating system, and options are option A physical server, B hypervisor, C virtual machine, or D virtual network. And correct answer is option B hypervisor. The hypervisor allow the multiple operating system to share CPU, RAM, network and storage of a physical server. Question number 9. Which option describe a virtual machine best? Option A an operating system that is running directly on hardware. Option B an operating system that is running with dedicated hardware. Option C an operating system that is running on reduced hardware features. And option D an operating system that would decoupled from the hardware. And the correct answer is option D an operating system that is decoupled from the hardware. A virtual machine or VM is an operating system that is running on hardware but is not directly attached to the hardware. It is decoupled from the hardware through use of a hypervisor. The hypervisor creates an abstraction layer between the hardware and the operating system. Question number 10. What is the physical hardware used in the virtualization called? Option A host, option B VW, option C hypervisor, and option D guest. And correct answer is option A host. The physical hardware used in virtualization in the host. Question number 11. Which component acts the distribution switch for the physical network? Options are VNIC, B trunk, C virtual switch, or D NX OS. And correct answer is option C virtual switch. A virtual switch connects the virtual machine's NIC to the physical network. Question number 12. Which component acts as a distribution switch for the physical data center? And options are option A top of rack switch, B end of row switch, C core switch, and D virtual switch. And the correct answer is option B end of row switch. The end of row switch acts the distribution switch for the top of rack switches. Question number 13. Which is not a NIST criteria for cloud computing? Option A resource pooling, option B rapid elasticity, C automated billing, and D measured service. And the correct answer is C automated billing. Automated billing is not a NIST criteria for cloud computing. It is essential for the cloud computing vendor, but it is not relevant if you are hosting it yourself. The 5 NIST criteria for cloud computing are on demand, self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, and the measured service. Question number 14. Which term describe an internal IT department hosting virtualization for company? Option A public cloud, B elastic cloud, C private cloud, or D internal cloud. And correct answer is option C private cloud. When an internal IT department hosts the virtualization for a company is called as private cloud. Question number 15. What is the role of cloud service catalog? Option A it's define the capabilities for the cloud, B it's define the available virtual machines for creation in the cloud, C it defines the available virtual machines running in the cloud, or option D it's define the drivers of virtual machine in the cloud. And correct answer is option B it's define a available virtual machine for creation in the cloud. A cloud services catalog satisfy the self-service aspect the cloud computing. It does this by the listing all of the available virtual machine then can be created in the cloud environment, such as web servers, application servers, and database, and so on. So friends, in this video let's stop here and see you in the next video. So thank you for watching this video.